What it do? It's your boy Shobeat, the Shoboat. And today we doing something a little different, man. I got my boy in this thing, you know what I'm saying? Bay Area, San Francisco rapper, producer, Telli Prego. What it do, baby?
Hey, what's up with my boy, man? It's been a
Yeah,
minute,
you already know what
dog.
it is. What's going on with you, man?
Oh man, not too much, bro. Out here in hot ass Phoenix. You feel
Yeah,
me? Just
yeah,
6 year anniversary just passed on January 29th, and it's just I put up on Twitter recently, like, man, it's crazy that much time even passed, bro. Like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know,
Is it is
that
is it a
saying
is it a
that
huge difference being in Arizona versus the Bay?
dog. I mean, night and day don't even begin to explain that to
For
keep it
real.
real, bro. Yeah. I think the key difference, one of the main differences, one, from where I grew up at, bro, there's no water around here. You feel me? And I didn't realize how accustomed I am to being around water until I like got accustomed to being without it out here. I was like,
Right.
oh, and the people are different. You feel me? The layouts is different. It's real flat. Despite besides South Mountain, Camelback Mountain, and all that stuff, it's real flat, and just the landscape is like it's brown. You feel me? It's just really feel like it's all one colors, and that's so it's it took some getting used to, bro. But
Yeah.
what the stark difference is the one that I like the most is the pace. As I'm
Mm,
getting older, I realize I like the slow pace. And Phoenix got a real slow pace.
yeah.
I liked it much better, bro. And especially where I'm at in life, like it's just perfect for me.
I noticed the same thing myself once I moved out of the city. You know what I'm saying? The slower pace
Hmm.
was like, this is perfect. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because it's the perfect pace for grinding. For real, for real. Like
Man,
you know what I'm saying? Like I can stick to what I'm doing, you know what I'm saying, and not have as many interruptions because when I was in the city, bro, it's like it's like that. It's like, in
yeah.
Cleveland, it's Cleveland is a fast, hurry up city. You know what I'm saying? So
Mm,
getting out of the city, in a more mellow environment is more conducive to leveling up and building. You feel me?
man, that's it, bro. You said it. Then that's exactly what you just said is exactly it, bro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Distraction. I mean, when you say distractions, that also comes down to like your friends and family and stuff like that. And it's not necessarily a distraction. Like it's not like, yo, you a distraction, back up.
Right.
It's more so just like you always be down to see your friends and family. So like it just
Yeah.
kind of take you away, take you away from your mission for a little bit for good reason, but taken away from it nonetheless. So
Yeah.
being out here with Kelly and shit, it's real, yeah, it's real cool just to be, we just here, bro. You feel me?
Yeah.
Eyes focused on the goal type thing, and we just moving, bro.
That's what it do. Shout out to my boy Kelly. You know what I mean?
Ah, yeah, he was juice. Told him I was about to hop on this thing with you, bro. He's like, oh shit, okay. Yes, sir.
That's my
Yes,
boy.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So what I want to do, I want to get into this, right? So
Yes.
I know you got the new music that came out. You know what I'm saying? You got the new
Mm-hmm.
single Lifelong, you feel me? And
Mm-hmm.
um it's I want to talk about your journey, how you got here. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Um so you're a rapper, you're a producer. So
Mm-hmm.
at what point in time, when did you know like I want to rap? When did that come into your mind?
Um, so pretty much, I don't remember what age, bro. Forgive me, all the Hennessy or old English to tone my brain up in some crazy ways, but I remember the things that matter, bro. So I'll say this. I don't remember what year it was, but I definitely started writing poetry at a young age. You feel me? And as I was doing poetry and stuff, I'm like, man, they kind of got a cadence to them that like I'm almost like, man, if I put this over a beat, it might be something. But like this was later on. And my boy Suave Vega and my cousin Joel, they Suave Vega was rapping with computer mics and all the stuff. Shout out to Cool Edit Pro. You know what I mean? He was putting stuff down, and so um that led me to my cousin Joe, who actually wrote. He pinned up some bars and stuff at the crib one day, and he was like, "Finish this." He kind of left it at like 6 bars or something like that, and was like,
Mm,
"Finish this." And I finished it, and then I was thinking poetry in my head. I wasn't even thinking song, but then I don't remember what beat it was, but I kind of like did it over a beat, like a slow beat, and I was like, oh shoot, like, and then I started calculating cadence, like, okay, this is how it's supposed to sound. I'm listening to Bone Thugs was my first, like, pretty much my first introduction to hip hop. You feel me? So I was
You know
like,
the
okay,
land is heavy in this thing today. You know what I mean?
man, hey, bro, the Art of War is like, man, that was my Bible for a minute, bro.
That's
Like,
big.
I don't even like that album was so important to my growth and just my love for hip hop, period, bro. Like,
Mm.
it's really crazy. Shout out to my cousin Nate because he had the CD and I stole it from him every time he went to school. You feel me? Just, you know what I mean? He had it in my CD player, jamming. You feel me? Yeah, that was pretty much it, bro. And then, you know what I'm saying? I remember the first beat I think I actually rapped on ever was a Freeway's Flip Side. You
That
feel
beat is
me?
so hard, bruh.
It's so.
Bruh. And I want to say this. Not only was that beat hard, PD Crack might be the most slept on rapper in that whole like decade. You know what I'm saying?
What's crazy too is like that conversation's been being had a lot more today, bro.
For
Like those
real.
past 2 years, people been like,
Really.
bro, Petey,
Bruh,
Petey.
I like I have this innate thing, not to get off topic.
No,
I
you good.
find rappers before they blow. You know what I'm saying? And I found PD Crack with these mixtapes, right? That I was getting
Hmm.
probably off of like Dat Piff or something like that at the time. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Low quality, you know what I'm saying? Low
Hmm.
quality sound, you feel me? But he was going so crazy. And
Mm.
what really draws me, like I'm a rapper, bro. So like
Of
I'm not
course.
easily impressed. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'm good at what I do, so I'm not easily impressed. So when I see other rappers doing stuff that I'm like, oh, I didn't think of that, or oh, I can't do
Hmm.
that,
Hmm.
it stands out to me a lot. You feel me?
Right.
So when I heard
Definitely.
Petey coming the way he was coming, I'm like, nobody's rapping like this, bro. Like nobody's
Facts.
using this particular style. Like how versatile he was. He gonna change the flow about 3, 4, 5 times in a 16 bar verse. You feel me? Like,
Right.
and he
On the
gonna
real.
mix in the Spanish in it every once in a while. Like,
Right.
bro, he was too lit. He was too lit. And
Yeah.
I really hated that for state property because they a lot of them had a lot of talent. Even like young Chris, like you feel me? A
Yeah,
lot of
bruh.
lot of them, like I a lot of them were super talented, and some of them just kind of fell to the street and the things from the environment and kind of pulled them away from rap, and they really missed their big opportunity. You know what I'm saying? And I
100,
hate that.
bro.
You feel me?
I couldn't agree more, bro. Philly was on some, man, they was on some straight, bro. Ain't nobody, don't nobody sound like them, bro.
Yeah,
Everybody in the state property camp was just,
yeah,
yeah, nah, 100 though.
crazy.
But that's exactly it.
Yeah. So
Yep.
you got the flip side beat though.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what happened next?
I had a 16 for it or something like that, bro. And I put it down and on my version of Cool Edit Pro 2, you know what I'm saying? And bro, I kind of sent it to my friends. We was on the AOL Instant Messenger, you know what I'm saying? I'm sending that long ass 56K, you know what I'm talking about? You know what I mean? So like it just kind of sent it to my people or they come to the crib or whatever and I play it for them and folks was feeling it, bro. And I was just kind of like,
Mm,
damn, really? This is it was a it was a real ill feeling, bro,
yeah,
because at the time I was also doing graffiti, so like artistic expression was really just in my fucking wheelhouse at that
yeah,
point.
yeah,
And that just it just kind of was like, man, hip hop, graffiti, the elements was kind of just like, man, like
yeah.
what else? You feel
That's
me?
real hip. That's pure hip hop right there, though. You feel me?
Hmm. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of was just I kind of rode that wave and I started rapping with Dregs. Shout out to Dregs One, Graham, and my boy Relly, and we formed the GMC, you know what I'm saying? Gas Mask Colony
Okay.
at Lawton Park. Shout out to Lawton Park. And like, feel me, that's we kind of all started like doing the computer mic stuff together, man. Bring them to the crib. For my mom get home, we make sure to bust out the mic, get our song done, figure out what instrumental we gonna rock and go from there. Production wasn't even a thing for us then. It was just straight rapping off of beats that we felt from the mainstream, more or
Yeah,
less. You feel me? So that was the intro to it, bro. That was the essence. Freestyling, that led to freestyling at house parties, bro. I
yeah,
think Drake said it in a recent interview. When we popped up, bro, it'd be like, bruh, they here. it's on. You feel me?
Mm,
That came. They gonna start rapping. They about to
yeah,
set this shit off. Bust a freestyle. You feel me? Da
right.
da da da. My boy want to rap with you. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah,
So that's kind of that's really the essence, bro. Like that's where it started at, and that like I think that house party era those would really just made the whole thing take form, bro. That's when I really got into it. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
really trying to find my style and whatnot. But that stuff takes a while, but we'll get into that later. You feel me?
yeah. So let me ask you this. So at what point? So it sounds like you got into the rapping first. So at
hmm
what point
hmm
did you decide I want to get into making beats?
So my boy Mike Ill, shout out Ears One, you feel me? And shout out to Okeefe. Um, I think Ears I knew. I want to say Ears I knew first. I'm almost sure of that. I think he was my introduction to Fruity Loops.
Hmm.
They were making. We had this shout out to the Sunset Neighborhood Be Consider, nonprofit neighborhood organization that the three of us have all dabbled in one way, shape, or form. They had a beat making program down there, which was really cool. And that's when I got introduced to Fruity Loops. I think it was like this version 2, and I think we on version 20 something now. You feel me? So real
Yeah,
grassroots with the shit. You feel me?
yeah,
Um, and Ears Ears and Ev or O'Keefe they was so good at it. Like they already had a very, very good understanding of the program and how it works and whatnot.
mm,
And they was doing covers and stuff, like really just like trying to polish, you feel me? And
right,
then
right.
obviously ventured onto their own thing. And that's kind of where it happened at, bro. That was my intro to it. And then at some point I started playing with making my own loops and stuff or whatever you want to call it, shells.
Mhm.
So I'll pick like 3 or 4 sounds, you feel me? Create the melodic sequence on it, then I send them over to Ev. I was doing it with my boy Encore for a minute. Shout out to Encore at the Yeller at the unemployment office. You feel me? But I think uh, I sent them to Encore first, but then I was sending them to Okeefe more often. Put
Gotcha.
it like that. And so we started. I remember our first beat. We kind of turned it around. I was like, "Oh, this is fire! Like, okay, this is the yin to my yang type thing. Like, it
Yeah,
was
yeah,
it's just it was, and after that, bro, we just kind of we started doing a little more, a little more, a little more. And then after a minute, bro, we was busting down hella shit. You feel me?
yeah,
So that was pretty much the intro, bro. I think without O'Keefe, I mean without O'Keefe, a lot of stuff in my life wouldn't be a thing. Let's keep it 100 on that. But the
yeah.
production was absolutely that was all him. You feel me? Or mostly him. My
He,
boy
so
Encore was
so
making
O'Keefe
fire beats.
kind of pulled you into that. Like he was,
Yes.
yeah,
Yes. But we always been surrounded by talented, and I didn't know how talented they were at the time. I didn't,
yeah,
with Encore, O'Keefe, Ears, my boy Mickey Kane. It was a few folks that was like really, really putting it down. But once me and Ev started our thing, it was kind of like, damn, this is this is dope. I
yeah,
like this
yeah,
production shit.
yeah. Big shout out to O'Keefe. You know what I'm saying? I know
Absolutely.
and at one point y'all decided to create the Blacksmiths, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So did that come kind of after that when you guys kind of filtered everything out or everybody else out as far as like we really got this chemistry going on, so we about to lock in, and is that how that happened?
Exactly, and the filtering was more of a natural thing rather than like a decision. You know what I'm
Right,
saying? It
right,
was just
right.
kind of like here we go. I'm sending all my emails to O'Keefe. I'm sending all my emails to O'Keefe. Boom, boom, boom. He's getting them. He's sending me back. I'm editing. We send it back and forth, and it was like, man, this is flowing.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Drums, EQ has always been an arrangement has always been Ev's or O'Keefe's specialty. Like, yes, that's what he's got an amazing ear and just a crazy sense for drums. He do
yeah.
that.
That's dope.
My melodic game is there. I used to take piano lessons. You feel me? Shout out to my grandpa in the community music center on Cat Street. You feel me? Real Frisco shit. I learned to play the piano, so I still had an ear for it. I forgot how to play the damn thing, but I know my way around it. You feel me? So that's all we needed. That's all
Yeah,
we needed.
yeah,
And so yeah, it pretty much that was pretty much it. Once I said we bounced a good number of emails off each other, and then yeah, we was just like, man, let's do something with this, bro.
yeah.
I mean, the blacksmiths kind of came fucking both
So
last
let me
names is Smith.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this. So I know you getting into your rapping. You said that Bone and that Art of War album was like a real big influence for you. Now with the
Mm-hmm.
Blacksmiths, with you and Okeefe, y'all have a very distinct sound. What do you think
Mm-hmm.
was the influence into your production as far as the sound that y'all have? And I know over time it has kind of like progressed and matured and everything. But what do you
Absolutely.
think was the influence into the sound that you guys have?
Um, I mean, I think it's pretty easy, bro. I love chords. A lot of our stuff is chord
Oh yeah,
heavy,
for sure,
bro.
for
You know,
sure.
and I that's just kind of like when I'm creating a beat, that's when I'm usually 9 times out of 10, I'm gonna start with I'm gonna find me an ill chord to play around with. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
And I think as Ev started picking up on that, then he started, then the tailoring came easy as far as like what we gonna do with this beat, what we gonna do with that beat. And it was very rarely do we have any creative differences as far as what he'll send me back or vice versa.
Yeah,
So I think that's kind of where it came from. Like I'm not gonna say I set the tone for this shit. I think we both set the tone for each other. But like I think the way I was doing my thing was kind of the jump off point. Let's put it that way.
yeah,
And then because then for a minute I had Ev sending me drums to put instruments over, so we'll do it backwards and just kind of see how that worked, you know. So yeah, I think and as a music dude yourself, as someone who like knows music, I mean historically, not even just your own,
right.
our sound was I feel like as soon as we stopped like really being in the beat stuff, that's when that sound started like kind of taking over music, bro. Like
Yeah,
all the synth heavy, like I'm
yeah,
thinking like the Cardos of the world, you feel me? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
So look,
DJ
that
Fresh.
was my next question. I was gonna ask you.
Ah,
Look, so so with with me hearing these sounds from you and O'Keefe, we had two albums that we did, 24/7 and 24/7 I Hustle. So a lot
crazy.
of people watching this that are familiar with my music, with Shoboat's music, they know that sound when they listen to those albums.
Right, right.
So when I hear Larry June and Cardo, and I'm hearing Cardo, I'm like,
Mm,
is this like a San Francisco sound? Like, because it's eerily similar. It has they're different, but they have elements to that remind me because I would listen to like when I listen to 24/7,
mm,
um, the album that we did, I'm like, this feels like the Bay. This
mm,
feels like
mm-hmm.
San Francisco. This feels like the Bay because what a lot of people don't know is I actually came out there to Frisco and recorded that album out there.
Yes, you
So
did, bro.
so when I'm listening to it, I'm like, this feels like this feels like Frisco. This feels like the Bay. You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
so interesting.
yeah. So and I'm a big
Mm,
believer that when it comes to production, because a lot of people don't know, I got into music as a producer.
mm-hmm.
I was a producer first before I was ever a rapper. You feel me?
Right.
So I'm real big on. I think that the environment and the elements that you're around influence your sound as a producer.
That's hella interesting, bro. I think you might be kind of spot on that on the
Yeah,
real.
like
You know what I mean?
think about when you think about the Midwest, even if you think about just like the music that we make in Cleveland and Akron and the music that you hear out of Detroit, it always has kind of like a dark sound to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because,
real.
you know, half of the year, 6 months of the year, it's it's overcast and snowing or overcast and raining. You feel me?
Right,
And we right on the
right.
lake. It's cold. You feel me? So it's easier for us to make those beats that have a darker sound or just rap over those beats that have a darker sound because that's really what we seeing and feeling every day. You know what I'm saying?
That
And
makes hella sense, bro.
yeah. So when I
I don't think
listen,
I ever
so
really tripped off it like that.
yeah, real talk though. So when I listen to a Blacksmiths beat, or when I listen to a Cardo beat, I'm like, this feels like so hella bayish. You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's hard. Yeah,
feel me? So
yeah.
that's why
That's
I was
interesting.
I was real I really wanted to know what your influence were with the production because there's there's a marriage of the sound and the environment of the bay that goes into y'all beats that I picked up on real early. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
fucking crazy that you even picked that up, bro. Because yeah, I really don't know, bro. To keep it real as far as like because like I guess too, video games, bro, was probably a really big factor on my sound too, because I was definitely messing around with the 8-bit sounds a bunch
Mm,
for a minute too. But um also the video games, like in particular, Sonic, the original Sonic game, the
That
soundtrack is
8-bit sound.
incredible. Yep.
Yeah.
This Sonic 2, Chemical Zone, probably one of my favorite musical video game compositions of all time.
Slap.
Slapper. You feel
Yeah.
me? Mega Man X3, probably one of my another one of my favorite soundtracks of all time, all the way through. And if you listen to those particular pieces, there's a you could hear elements of my production in there. You know what I'm saying? You could hear
Mm.
different elements, arrangements, stuff like that that I was inspired from, or even just the ways I approach putting down a what you call it, a melody for Ev or for Okeefe.
Yeah.
So I was if it was anything, I would say that. But like I was saying though, like it felt like afterward, bro, like so like that sound just became just everywhere, bro.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa, because I mean he was
Yeah.
messing with Sledge and Cardo.
Yeah.
Uh, it was very I don't know, and there was some beats where I'd be like, I'll send it to Ev. I'll be like, bro, I don't remember making this song, knowing but it's a Cardo beat, you know what I'm saying? Or
Ah,
it's a
yeah,
Sledge.
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, bro, will we do this? Like,
Yeah.
you feel me?
Yeah.
Just, I mean, joking, of course. I'm not
But
saying
but I
we
heard
started
I heard
shit.
it too.
That's crazy.
When I first heard Cardo, I was like, this sounds familiar. And I'm like, this gotta be something from the city. It's gotta be something.
I
Now I
love
know
it.
Larry June is from Frisco. I don't necessarily know where Cardo is from. Is he from Frisco
I
too?
don't think Cardo's from the city at all. I don't
Okay.
even think he's from Cali. Keep it a buck, but I also don't know for
Really?
sure. I should know that. Man, I feel like I'm about to Google that shit right now, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you.
So that's hella ironic if he's not though, and he kind of has that sound which matches the Larry June who from Frisco so perfect. You feel me? That's
Right,
wild. I just
right.
automatically assumed he was from the Bay,
This man is he's from St. Paul.
Minnesota.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
What?
That is
Yeah,
interesting.
he was born and raised in St. Paul, Minnesota, and then moved to Fort Worth, Texas. Man, shout out to Cardo, bro. For real, for real.
Yeah, that's
Um, I,
wild.
yeah, that is crazy. I never knew that till just
But
now.
that's why they have that chemistry though, because his sound is so
Yes,
bayish. It's so
yes,
bayish. So I I hate to say this, but I'm so biased. I only like Larry June on Cardo beats for that reason. Because it's just the perfect marriage. It's the perfect marriage. You feel me?
perfect,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Could not agree with you more, bro.